Hi, I'm Drutter, and today is August 18th, 2013. This video is a continuation and update of my July 31st short documentary, which is linked below. If you've already seen that, you may want to skip ahead about 5 minutes as I give a review of the situation developing in Vancouver and most other large western cities right now. Peaceful people should be free to move about their local area without having to identify themselves to any governments, corporations, or banks. No checkpoints, no papers, no loss of privacy, simply for moving around. If such a thing as rights exist, surely this is one of the most basic. We call people without this right prisoners. So, do we have that right, or are we prisoners? As one of 2 million or so people living in the Lower Mainland area, I'll give you details of my experiences and my opinion. The Vancouver area was built on the Fraser Valley and its delta as it flows into the Pacific. Large mountain chains to the north, the U.S. border to the south, ocean to the west, and the rest of Canada to the east. As you can see, the massive Fraser River roughly bisects the region. There are no ferries or other boats in operation here, so we're left with one tunnel and 4 bridges, all constructed using taxpayer resources. George Massey Tunnel, the Alex Fraser Bridge, Patullo Bridge, Port Mann Bridge, and the new Golden Ears Bridge. The red stars are people and locations I regularly visit. As you can see, it wouldn't be possible without the tunnel and bridges. In 2009, a brand new bridge was constructed over the Fraser, Golden Ears Bridge. It came with a new concept, though, a private corporation charging tolls on a road and bridge made with taxpayer funds. Immediately thereafter, it was announced that the main bridge in the area, the Port Mann, suddenly needed to be torn down. The new Port Mann Bridge opened this winter, complete with a massive bank of license plate readers and a hefty toll. We have a bridge we didn't need, which was badly designed and built, and which we pay over $5 to cross in each direction, and paid $5 billion for, to replace a free bridge that could have continued serving the public for decades more. I used the bridge a few times when it opened to check it out. I got a bill in the mail explaining I owed $3 for each one-way crossing I had made, plus $2.30 for license plate processing, also each way. 90 days later, and I just got this letter today. Our records indicate that your account balance is $35 overdue. You will be unable to renew your driver's license or purchase car insurance. So if I want to be allowed to travel at all, I need to get these tolls and fees paid. The question now is, can I pay without further identifying myself? The letter invites me to pay this private corporation in one of many ways. Online with credit cards? Sorry, I don't do credit cards. Through the mail by check? No, I don't use check. Through the mail by cash? Nice try. By phone with a credit card or bank account? Perhaps I haven't got a phone, or don't want credit cards or bank accounts. Tell me how I can pay anonymously. In person at our office? Forget it. Last option? Pay at any bank. Just reference the account number found on your invoice. Ah, finally a way to pay in cash. So, into a local bank I went, hoping to pay these illegitimate fees and regain my ability to move about in my own area. "Bank card, please," he asked. "I'd like to pay anonymously," I replied. "I have the exact change here and the trio account number from the invoice." "Great," he said, "but you can't pay the bill unless you identify yourself by having an account with the bank or by bringing the full invoice in when you pay." Other tellers started to perk their ears. The supervisor came closer. Other customers listened in. "I'm looking for a way to pay this toll in cash without telling you who I am. Can I do that?" "No," he said, apparently unaware why it even mattered. "I still don't know how to get the bill paid, and I can't lose my ability to drive, or I won't be able to do business or see my kids. I must drive for both those things. It looks like I'm cornered and will have to yield. I can no longer move about in my area without identifying myself." We in Vancouver are becoming prisoners who are only allowed to move if we show our papers and pay fees to private companies that can further take away our rights if we don't. So I've been using the Patullo, Alex Fraser, and Massey Tunnel lately, with the Portman and Golden Ears both tolled. It costs more in extra gas, not to mention lost time, but I will not use those routes again on principle. So 3 out of 5 will soon be tolled. In my horror, as I did the research for this video, I discovered plans to replace the Massey Tunnel with, you guessed it, a toll bridge. How they'll justify tolling the final crossing of the Fraser River in Vancouver remains to be seen, considering the Alex Fraser is large, nearly brand new, and state-of-the-art. Just know that they will. So that's where I left off about 2 weeks ago. Since then I've got an update on the issue of attempting to pay the toll and fees anonymously, as well as footage from what should have been a very quick trip that took hours because I refused to use toll routes. All video and audio is my own. All images are my own, other than the use of Google Maps. After finding it impossible to pay the tolls anonymously at a bank, it seemed unlikely that it would be possible to do so at the Trio head office, but I decided it was worth a try. The trip cost about $10 in fuel and almost 2 hours out of my Friday, but I needed to find out for sure. Trio is the new private company collecting taxes on citizens crossing the Portman Bridge, which was built entirely with funds from those taxpayers. On the way, I saw a sign letting me know of yet another 3-day Patullo Bridge closure. The Patullo is the less convenient but untolled option to Trio's Portman. More on that in a few minutes. I pulled into Trio's state-of-the-art head office, surrounded and filled with license plate readers and facial recognition cameras, put on a cap despite warnings that hats and sunglasses are prohibited, and went inside, pocket camera rolling. Here I am at Trio. I'm going to pay my bill at their head office in cash. Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to pay a bill.
Alright. Are you registered with us, sir?
No.
Okay. Can I ask you for your license plate number?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have your name, sir? And last name? And what's your address? And what's the postal code on that one? Okay, let me just ask you what vehicle do you drive, sir?
That's a
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
That's all good. So on this account, if it's an unregistered account,
Yeah.
you owe us $35.30.
Okay.
Okay?
Can I pay in cash?
You can.
Okay. So I don't need the invoice number here?
Absolutely not, sir.
Okay. There's no overcharge fees on there yet?
There is.
Oh, there is.
Because you're unregistered, you have to either prepay for your trip or pay within 7 days.
Oh.
If you do not, then each trip is $3, which is the toll fee, plus $2.30 LPP charge, license plate processing charge.
Okay. But that is already included there?
Yeah. I'll just register you today, sir. So moving forward, you'll never ever be paying the LPP charge. You'll just be told $3 per trip.
Okay.
All I need from you is a telephone number that will register you.
Oh, I don't really need to be registered anymore.
That's okay. Of course. That's what we see, sir.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too, sir.
So that's all paid up now?
Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I'll be with you in a moment, sir.
They accepted cash, perhaps because it's illegal not to, but I wasn't able to maintain any degree of anonymity. As this was the last possible payment method with the potential of doing so, I can now unequivocally state that citizens of the Vancouver area are truly now prisoners, in that they can't move about their city without proper identification, paperwork, and permanent tracking. This is new. It hasn't been this way before. And if you think this isn't part of a bigger plan, but rather just an unfortunate coincidence, I've got a bridge to sell you. August 9th, Patullo Bridge crossing footage. Just gonna record this just to see what the levels of traffic are and stuff. They're closing this bridge over the weekend. It closes in a few hours. It's Friday rush hour right now. And then it's closed Saturday and Sunday as well. They say it's for resurfacing the road, but they've done that a few weekends now and the road doesn't actually get resurfaced. It just looks like they install new cameras each time. But anyhow, I just paid my bill for the Patullo Bridge crossing at Trio. I went to their head office and got that paid. I paid in cash, but I wasn't able to do it anonymously, so you cannot be anonymous anymore. And I look for those cameras right up there. There they were. But those are the only cameras on the bridge. As far as I'm aware, it's just that one set there. And there we go, across the bridge. Later that weekend, I needed to get from approximately the leftmost blue arrow to the rightmost blue arrow. Taking the number 1, a freeway, highway, that stretches from Canada's Pacific coast across to the Atlantic coast, would take about half an hour during midday. Direct route, fast-moving traffic, but tolled. A slightly less ideal route would be going back over the Patullo, but of course that was closed for the weekend. As locals know, you want to avoid downtown Vancouver if you're in a car. Stop go, stop go, stop go. Lots of fuel and really sluggish. Same goes for most of New Westminster and downtown Surrey. Don't even think about the Golden Ears Bridge. That's tolled too. One possible route was over the untolled Alex Fraser and through downtown Surrey, which would have been stop and go for about an hour and a half. Another was via the distant Massey Tunnel, which would have taken nearly 2 hours. Instead, I chose the scenic route through Mission, which would take me over the Fraser way east of my destination. It would also take about 2 hours of my life, but it avoids all tolls, closures, and downtown congestion. I filmed a few points of the trip. I'm taking the number 7, that's the Lougheed Highway, home from Grandma's in the Burnaby and Vancouver area, and I'm heading out toward Langley today. So I'm going to show you the route that I have to take to avoid the toll bridge on the Port Mann. And because the Patullo's closed this weekend for, I don't know, they say resurfacing. So I can't use the Patullo and I can't use the Port Mann, and the Alex Fraser was too far away. So I'm going to show you the way I have to go through Maple Ridge to avoid the tolls and the closed bridge in order to get from two different parts of the same city area. This is Poco, also known as Port Coquitlam. This is, I think it's the Pitt River Bridge. It's a fairly newer bridge. It's a non-toll bridge. And I don't even see any cameras or license plate readers, which is nice. This is the bridge between Coquitlam and Port Coquitlam and over into Pitt Meadows. So once we cross this, you can have a look over there. That's part of the Fraser, that's like an arm of the Fraser River right there. Not the whole Fraser River. And then now we are in Pitt Meadows. Entering Maple Ridge now, and I could take this exit over the Golden Ears Bridge right into Langley, but that's a toll bridge, so that's the Golden Ears, can't take that one. Got to keep going through Maple Ridge toward Mission. And from Maple Ridge, take a right here and head toward Mission. Here's Mission, and I'm going to take a right here and head on toward Abbotsford. That's the Fraser River. Going over a bridge that has no toll yet. Heading toward Abbotsford. And here we are in Abbotsford, and we're going to take the number 1 into Langley now. As you can see, maintaining your anonymity is getting costly in both time and money. What about someone moving between these two hypothetical locations on the same day? Neither of these two routes look all that promising to me. A few notes on this issue. A 2.5% automatic annual increase has now been approved for the toll and fees. Perhaps this will save us even more time and money? This image of a notice up in the Trio office states that all personal information will be shared with insurance companies, various government departments, collection agencies, and similar entities. Phew, that makes me feel better. Huge amounts of our tax dollars have gone into propagandizing area residents that paying tolls saves everyone time and money. This pamphlet explains that if you affix a small microchip and RFID transmitter to your vehicle, you will save even more time and money. It also informs the reader that the new Port Mann Bridge has double the lane capacity the original one did. How 6 is double 5, I'll never quite understand. I guess they're hoping we're really, really stupid. If we keep giving up our privacy and right to move about freely the way we have been, I'd say they're absolutely right.